So we've got Brother Aladdin, Assalamu alaikum, brother, who's joined us. So what I wanted to do, obviously, you mentioned the satanic verses. Could you just explain that point again? And then Brother Aladdin is also able to then counter those points that you made there.
Yeah, according to the traditions about the satanic verses found in Tabari, Ibn Ishaq, and other narrators, Muhammad validated prayer to three goddesses.
Can you give me the source? No. I would like you, when you talk about Islam, with all respect to you, I'm a person who always speaks with an evidence. Allah says in the Holy Quran, قُلْ هَاتُوا بُرْهَانَكُمْ كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Give us your evidence if you're saying the truth. Now, I want you to show me the term satanic verses from any traditional Islamic books. Please do that. If not, with all due respect to you, if you cannot show it, I hope that you will apologize because you offended me when you said satanic verses about my holy book. Please give me the evidence or apologize. Thank you very
much. Well, I didn't come here to speak about Islam, but I do have Shahab Ahmed's dissertation on the 50 sources of the satanic verses. So if you can give me a moment, I can grab it off my bookshelf and find you the reference.
Excuse me. You said At-Tabari, you mentioned those scholars. You didn't say Shahab Ahmed. So the names that you mentioned a while ago, you said Qurtubi, Tabari. Give me where they are saying satanic verses. If not, please do apologize. I say it's not there. If you don't mind,
if you're willing to give me the time, I'll just quickly find it from my bookshelf, and all of the sources are listed there. I should only take a minute. Hold on a second, please.
I will not give you a minute. I'll give you 10 years to give me a Tabari and a Qurtubi says satanic verses. Go on. I'll give you 10 years.
Okay. Well, he said he needed a minute, so brother, I don't know if I can do the stream for a whole 10 years continuously. I might need to just have a sip of tea, maybe. So let's not be that generous. We need to, make sure
we've got so many people backstage now.
Yeah. The point of what I said, there is no Islamic book that says satanic verses. That's what they got from the anti-Islamic sources. That's what they got from Islamophobia. There is nowhere it says satanic verses in Islam. That was made by them. So therefore, with all due respect to you, you were supposed to stop him when he said satanic verses about the Holy Quran, or he has to apologize for that. Please.
Okay, so I'll give you the list of references for the satanic verses.
Excuse me. Don't keep repeating satanic verses. I want you to give me the term satanic verses from Al-Qurtubi and Al-Tabari as you said. Or apologize.
I said they referred to the incident. I didn't say they used the specific phrase.
Yeah. Show me where they said satanic verses. Can you do that? I don't want you to show me books you have in your hand. I want you to give me Islamic sources in front of everybody. We will share these Islamic sources on the screen now, and everybody will see it with you.
Yeah, you're mistaken. I never said that they used the phrase satanic verses. I'm saying they referred to the incident.
You said satanic verses. I want you to show me satanic verses in Islam. Where does it say in Islam term satanic verses? Can you show that, please? As you claim.
I never said they used the term. You're putting words in my mouth.
Brother.
Okay, but I think the thing is that you said let me just. So I think you've used that phrase. So I think that's the phrase where it shouldn't be used as a phrase in your argument, basically. So you're basically what you should be. And then I think the point there is to say there is a reference point that you're saying where there was idol worship. So then if you're trying to say that, then we'd need some sort of proof of that.
So this is from Ibn Ishaq transmission from Muhammad bin Ka'b. Okay. When the messenger of God saw his tribe turning away from him, he was greatly disturbed by their estrangement from that which he had brought to them from God. He desired within himself that there come to him from God something that would bring him and his tribe together. Because of his love for his tribe and his concern for them, it would have pleased him if their harsh treatment of him should in some measure have been softened, to the point that he thought to himself about it and desired it, and wished for it. So God sent down, by the star when it sets, your companion has not gone astray, nor is he misguided, nor does he speak from his own desire. And when he, the prophet, reached the verse, have you seen Alat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, the third the other? Satan cast upon his tongue, because of that which he had been thinking to himself about, and he had been desiring, to bring to his people. These high cranes, indeed their intercession is approved. When the Quraysh heard this, they were delighted. The way in which he had mentioned their gods pleased them greatly, and they hearkened to him, while the believers trusted their prophet in regard to what he had brought them from their Lord, and did not suspect him of an error or delusion or lapse. So this is one of the references for what is commonly called the Satanic verses, and I refer to it that way. I'm not saying that the phrase Satanic verses is used, but this is the incident that I was speaking about.
All right, we'll get.
What is the book that you've got there?
Yeah, this is from.
What's the
the cover of the book?
Sorry,
the cover.
what was the? Yeah, but let me finish, man. Yeah, what's the actual book? Yeah.
So I'm reading from
hold on. All right.
Before Orthodoxy by Harvard University Press.
Okay.
And that's page 49.
Right, and then the reference, is it from a hadith that they've actually referenced there on what you're reading?
This is History of At-Tabari, volume 6, pages 108 to 110, and also The Life of Muhammad, pages 165 to 167 by Ibn Ishaq.
Okay.
We've got Brother Aladdin. I don't know, brother. Do you want to? I know you've got Fajr. You just messaged me. So do you want to go for Fajr and come back, or
No, I want to make my point, inshallah, because I have to go to the masjid.
Okay,
I want to make my point, then, inshallah. First of all, with all the respect to everybody here, Mr. Daniel, with all the respect to you and everybody, I'm not as soft as the brothers when someone says things about Islam which is not true. And I love to answer them straightforward from an Islamic sources. So the book that you quote in your hand, talking about Ibn Ishaq, do you know what did Ibn Ishaq says in his book? When he mentioned the story of Alat wal-Uzza, I doubt that you know. Ibn Ishaq himself, in the same book that he quote this narration, Muhammad ibn Ishaq, who narrated this narration, was the first person to point out and warn that this narration was not valid and weak, and said that this narration was fabricated by heretics, and wrote even a book about it, that it is heretic and it's all fabricated stories. Ibn Kathir, which you mentioned a while ago, said there is no support for the validity of this narration. Al-Qurtubi, who you spoke about as well, says that the hadith of the Qaraniq al-Ula or Alat, what you mentioned a while ago, weak enough and cancels everything. Now, let me quote you the Quranic sources. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about this in the Holy Quran, in Surah Al-Hajj, chapter 22, verse 52, and Surah Al-Najm, chapter 53, verse 19 and 20. Allah says in chapter 22, verse 52, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِنْ قَبْلِكَ مِنْ رَسُولٍ وَلَا نَبِيًّا إِلَّا إِذَا تَمَنَّى أَلْقَى الشَّيْطَانُ فِي أُمْنِيَّتِهِ فَيَنْسَخُ اللَّهُ مَا يُلْقِي الشَّيْطَانُ ثُمَّ يَحْكُمُ اللَّهُ آيَاتِهِ وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ حَكِيمٌ. Which means, listen to this very carefully, actually the answer is in the verse itself. When a person is sincere and he speaks with sincerity, he will find the answer in the verse itself. Allah says in the verse, chapter 22, verse 52, and O Muhammad, it has always been so with every messenger and prophet. We sent before you that whenever he had a desire, Satan tried to interfere with his desire. Satan tried to interfere with his desire. But Allah eradicates the mischief worked by Satan and confirms his revelation. So Satan was trying, but he failed, because Allah says in the verse that he eradicates the work of Satan, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala confirmed his revelation. Now, what did the ulama and scholars of Islam says about this? Listen to this very carefully. The answer, as I told you in the verse, the story of Allah wal Uzza that you mentioned in Surah An-Najm, chapter 53, verse 19 and 20. This story is a weak story, and that was transmitted to us from the companions of Prophet Muhammad in only 2 narrations. I'll mention them to you. The first narration on the authority of Al-Kalbi is attributed to Ibn Abbas. And Al-Kalbi, according to Muslim scholars in general, they accuse him of his religion and his poor memorization. And nothing is taken from him. We have books, we call it as Ilm al-Rijal al-Jarh wa Ta'dil, which spoke about the profile and each and every person who spoke or mentioned hadith. So what they says in those books about Al-Kalbi, the first narration that came by him, they have doubt in his religion and his memorization is very poor, so therefore they don't take anything from him. The second narration was narrated by Al-Bazzar from Umayyah ibn Khalid on the authority of Ibn Abbas. With Umayyah alerting Umayyah himself, who narrated the story, he doubt whether it is authenticated, and he say that it is weak story, and he doubt whether it is transmitted or authenticated on the authority of Ibn Abbas. Al-Bazzar said in his Musnad, we do not have any evidence for the authenticity of the transmission of the narration from the messenger, except this is fabricated and weak narration. Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim mention the story of the polytheist prostrating, but they never mention the story of what you call al-Gharaniq al-Ula and what you call satanic verses. So this is the answer for the claim that you brought up, which we answered 30 years ago. Unfortunately, those non-Muslims, they think that discover something new that we Muslims do not know about. Okay. So they said, whoa, we found something you didn't find in your books. No, we are aware of all those things. So this is the answer for your claim in regard of what you call satanic verses. There is nothing called as satanic verses in any Islamic book. This term was made by the anti-Muslims, but not by Muslims. That's number one.
Barakallah feek, Habibi.